Today we're going to go over general maintenance on the Drive SimO2 portable concentrator. Only tool that we're going to need today is just a finer tip flathead screwdriver to access some of the filters. I do have with me new inlet and particle filters, and then also our new sieve beds or columns as well to replace. We do have all these available here at Main Clinic Supply for purchase if you do need to get these replaced, and I'll put a link in the description of this video for accessing. If you do have any questions, of course, you can always contact our service department here. We're happy to walk you through any questions that you may have during these changes in the filters and sieve beds as well. And without further ado, we'll dig into replacing the filters on this. So first ones that we're gonna do is just the particle filters. That's gonna be these screen filters that are on each side of the device. These are gonna be the easiest to access. To remove them, you can either use your fine tip flathead screwdriver, or if you have a little bit of fingernail, you can get underneath the top of the filter. So we'll just push down on the little locking mechanism there and then pull outwards, and that removes there. Same with the other side. Push down on the top and pull out slightly to remove, just like that. So we have two particle filters. These should be removed and cleaned at least once a week if you're using this on a pretty frequent basis. These can get clogged with dust and debris, causing the machine to get overheated. So I highly recommend at least once a week removing these, run them underneath warm soapy water, dry them off, and then you can put them back on the machine. If they are broken, you can replace them. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna take these older ones, set them aside, and grab my new ones here. So they're gonna come as a pair. And then just in reverse order, we're going to, of course, see that little locking tab up top. So we're gonna put them in towards the bottom and then push them in. And you'll hear a nice snap. And same with this side. Just like that. So that is our particle filters. Now we're going to move on to the bottom inlet filter. So first thing we're gonna do is remove the battery. So that undo the latch there and slide it off the side. So the inlet or intake filter is gonna be located underneath this piece of plastic here. And what I'm gonna do is take my screwdriver and put it underneath this little side here, and then take the cover off. So again, you want a little finer tip, flathead. So we're gonna put it in there and just pop it up like that. So this is gonna be one piece of the filter. This is gonna be reused. This is just the plastic. And then the actual filter piece itself is right here. So this is the inlet or intake filter, whatever you want to call it. And this is gonna be basically what captures the majority of the dust and debris before it gets into the compressor itself. So very important to keep this also clean and clear of debris. Just helps keep the overall life of your concentrator much longer. So we're gonna take, again, our old inlet filter, set that aside. And we got our new ones here. Your new one does come with two filters, which makes it nice. So good for two replacements. So easiest way to do this is to actually take the filter and put it onto our plastic cap here. So we'll just press on like that. And of course, this only does go on one way. So I'm gonna reinsert it onto, you'll see this little notch piece. This piece is gonna go on last. I'm gonna insert the flat piece on here first. So I'm gonna put it on through there and then push down. And you're gonna wanna make sure you get it nice and flush. Use a little bit of force. That way you don't have any obstruction on your battery. So as long as it's nice and flush there, you're good to go. And then the last thing we're gonna do is now the sieve beds. So they're gonna be located underneath this piece of plastic there. Again, we'll use our flathead here. And we're going to keep that. We're going to reuse this cover. And then here is our sieve beds or columns. Your new set is going to come with a tool to remove it. You could technically use a flathead screwdriver too if you wanted. But just for the sake of the video here, we will use the tool. So here are the new sieve beds. And here's that little tool that they included with a new screw. So don't lose that screw because we'll use that. And then we're going to take our tool here and insert it and go counterclockwise to remove the screw. And then you're going to use the other side. It's got a little threads on there. We're going to thread that in. So we're going to go clockwise just a little bit, and then we're actually just going to pull them out, just like so. So these are our old sieve beds or columns. I'm going to take these and set them away from where I'm working right now so I don't get them mixed up with the new ones. With our new ones, you're going to notice they have this piece of tubing here that's blocking off the bottom ports, so we can pull that off, set that aside, and they also have two white caps on top. We're going to remove these as well before we insert it. There's one and there's two. If you are struggling to get these in to your SimO2, there's a really good chance you might have forgotten those on top there. So just make sure we're removing that tube and also removing the two caps on top. So we're going to take it, flip it upside down, and put it into our concentrator and just give it a little push. That way it seats all the way inside our SimO2. Now we're going to take our screw, put that in, and we're just going to go finger tight with this. We don't need to go super tight for any reason. All right. So sieve beds are installed, screw is tight. We're going to put the cap back on. And that just pushes on just like that. And now we're good to put our battery back on. All right, so with the sieve beds successfully installed into our SimO2, now we're going to have to do the sieve counter reset. And to do that, we just need to have our AC power supply, and we're going to plug it into our SimO2 concentrator. All right, so now we're going to power it on. All right, so we're going to push our menu button. We're going to hit plus to go over to Sieve. Menu button one more time. So this is our sieve counter. Now we're going to press down the plus and minus button at the same time, and you're going to see the counter reset. All right, so that just reset our sieve counter, and you're good to power the device off. All right, so that is the maintenance on our Drive SimO2 portable concentrator. Hopefully this video was very helpful in maintaining your concentrator, and if you do have any other questions or if you do need any of the parts, don't hesitate to reach us here at Main Clinic Supply, and we can get you those sent off right away or answer any questions that you may have.